So, I'm covering up my wound. It's much better already today, but it did cause some swelling down here. So, I guess it's moving. Maybe for the best. So, I want to share about what I learned from the Kabbalah Center. This is a few years ago, about tikkun, which is correction, and how the 12 days of Aries, where there's two types of beginning of the year. One is Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and two is springtime, Nissan, like the first month, basically. So they're both considered the first month. So basically the 12 days of Aries, Nissan, before we have Passover, the next day is Erev Passover, and the 14th day is Passover. So it's like planting the seeds for the next 12 months. So what do we learn in Aries? That we can work on our compassion and empathy by seeing how we can show up for others and see what their needs are, being what the world needs, who I want to be. And I would say I learned my Venus is in Aries. Then Taurus. My father's in Taurus, and a man who I knew a long time ago, and not that long ago, and then another, kind of longer ago, and then another man I knew like last year, and then someone I met this year. So when things feel out of my control, we have to focus on where we can open and allow it with peace and heart, and allow it with peace and harmony. Fear of change, or afraid it will get worse, but change isn't if or when, it's how. When we get creative and curious in potential, surroundings, like can work on giving power over our happiness back to ourselves by not allowing the external instability to paralyze our darkness, inspired creativity. In other words, we can give our power of our happiness to ourselves when we aren't having external instability freeze us with the creativity that comes out of being in darkness. So we can plant seeds in the upper worlds for new blessings during the precious challenges and uncertainties. Birth is the most painful moments, new life and destiny. Feeling hopeless or alone is the most potent during the times of light not being revealed, which is true spiritual work. And that's the energy of miracles. We feel overwhelmed, then broken, then we can rebuild, and then success. The hero rises from the broken. We throw out the victim complex. We let go of certainty. Bless me. Gemini, which is actually this month now happening, even though I'm reading something from years ago. We started already with, it starts in Aries, but it goes through all the months. So now up to Gemini, which is unity, two distinct identities joined in thoughts, feelings, etc. The younger twin supported the older twin, the firstborn, which breaks the cycle of separate bodies being falsely assumed to yield separate goals. Mutual desire to reveal power and beauty of soul in this world. A bond with the Creator, and our soul never breaks. Our soul is infinitely creative, loving, an infinite light of goodness, sharing, and kindness encapsulated in a physical world the needs, desires, in a physical limited body, really. To shine authentically, not for fame or honor, as best version of ourselves, is to be of service and bringing that light energy into the world. Through loving and empowering others, we love and empower ourselves. The greater the collective unity rises, the greater the inverse illusion of separation comes up. So linger a little longer in something. In other words, the message is linger a little longer. So if there's collective unity, there's also an inner sense of potential for separation, right? So when we reflect on what took place in a non-physical way, instead of reacting to what appears different or distant, we can then ask ourselves, how can I reveal my true soul light in this moment and also support the other's soul shining at this moment? My happiness is my neighbor's happiness, and my neighbor's happiness is mine. Gemini also has the multiplicity driving uncertainty. Externally able and sure, but internally less able and clear. Marry our insides to our outsides. Otherwise, that duality is a lack where we need a mask for the space within. Desire or wanting causes us to pretend to be other instead of us coming back to the true soul. And consciousness removes a mask. It doesn't add masks. Success and devolving back and forth, and pious to fake. These dialectics. Negative thoughts only come from overthinking, and we cannot overanalyze ways to stop constantly evaluating or figuring out. We have to melt and open the heart and feel peace, transcendence, channeling. There's an intellect mask, a superiority mask, a happy mask, protection mask, power mask, and the ego gets positional when we're busy pretending. So it's most efficient to identify where we are not being true or strong enough to face our real weakness, vulnerability, or cluelessness, and from chameleon to genius. And now I will share on Cancer. Cancer sign is, I have a lot of friends and a couple family members. Letting go and working together. The moon rules, and the moon never gives the same face. Therefore, insensitivity, hypersensitivity are the same in terms of being aspects of sensitivity. I'm going to continue this. Now, this is me just finishing the first book. So far we've completed book 1 and book 6. And now we're starting number 2, I'm sorry. So I'm going to continue now with a little bit more on, then we'll do more tomorrow. So it's about, it can be unstable. Cancer can be unstable, doubtful, insecure, uncertain, getting lost, creating a protective side, a protective shield, which is like a confusion energy, going side to side, feeling at ease only when there's something to hold on to, versus it's like a false power connection. And we all have our own security blanket, whether it's money, relationship, belief system, agenda, not letting self forget the past, clutter. But the more we seek external security, the less secure we actually feel. I'll also add here that my moon is in Cancer. The work is to ask our higher power to give us the strength, to help us let go of whatever it is we're trying to hold on to feel secure. And confusion, against unity, confusion. So feeling secure by holding on or distancing myself from working with, engaging with others is space, fragmentation. It's a light force of the creator not being able to come in. And that's dispersion. So we have judging, jealousy, not accepting someone how they are, hatred, and compromise is letting go of the attachments to needing to be right in order to be together. It's uncalculated service. Cancer is all about planting seeds, appointing ministers for the future to be more present. Cancer is a cell with actual cancer, like the disease, is a cell with unregulated growth that goes against its own abilities to take more and more greedily, manipulativeness like a plague. Like cutting an apple, the skin is a protection versus when it's exposed, it's vulnerable, easy to infection and contamination, which is the same with our energy force field. Closing it off to outside influence to create a reliable, sustainable energy body. Penetrators are fear, doubt, panicking, and what seals the leaks is happiness and awakening. This is the feminine aspect of light that gives us protection, harmonious feelings, calmness, which we call the Shekhinah. And when we look side to side, it's negativity too. It's like jealousy, identifications. We are not watchers and destroyers. We can be participators and creators. And I will stop there for today. That's 4. So I guess we will continue tomorrow. And I look forward. I hope that it is interesting and hope you have a blessed day. Bye.